Welcome back, everyone. Hogwarts Legacy storyline continues. Where we left off at the last video, we were exploring this cellar and old type stone house in Feldcroft when we met up with Sebastian. So at the very end of the last video, my character was able to see into a mirror which linked to the Undercroft, which at the time I didn't realize it. But then when it finally clicked, the Undercroft is that hidden place within Hogwarts that Sebastian showed me and taught me the spell Confringo. So it's basically like a secret Slytherin hangout. So that's where we're going to head now. We're going to jump to the Undercroft. Thanks for clicking on the video. Appreciate you watching. Remember to click the like button and also subscribe so you get notified as we continue to post the videos and we push forward in Hogwarts Legacy. Looking forward to it. This game's been awesome thus far. So let's jump back in.
Why would the door lead us here? Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
We have a kind of like a piece of a map. Sure, we're going to get the rest at some point. These almost... Yeah, that's the logo that our character can see when it glows.
Anything
Interesting.
helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure Sebastian's probably head's exploding right now with everything that we've revealed to him. Prior to going to Feldcroft, he didn't even know ancient magic existed.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbarton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Okay. We've got a mission with Natty. So let's check that out. That's probably where we can head to. We got astronomy class. Well, we can do that before we go and meet up with Natty. I'm sure she was looking into Rookwood, so she's probably uncovered something, got information for us. At least Omnimus isn't here this time to scold me.
Dead? What do you mean, dead? I am insulted to my soul, completely and utterly mortified.
Those ghosts are funny, especially some of the conversations they have. There was one point in the game where I was walking. It was in the lower section, but they're fighting. There were two ghosts dancing like up near the ceiling. Okay, astronomy class. Interested in this.
Astronomy. It's not even magic.
And your reading is the dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck. Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own. Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Hello! I don't believe we've met officially. I'm Amit. I'm something of an astronomy buff.
Hello, Amit. It's nice to meet you.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. but my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
All right.
Put off my
Let's go get Amit's telescope.
All of good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to do the telescope?
Oh, we're not going down. Ah, back stairway. Didn't expect to see it. Gear slots are still full. I gotta open those at some point.
Confringo!
There it is.
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
Head to the lower deck.
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
The perfect night for...
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
No need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we? The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure.
A little foreboding.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course. It's just not as tidy as I expected.
I think we're going to have to move those boxes.
Accio! Incendio!
Hey, got a potion. Been running low for a while.
Revelio.
Don't see anything else in here. We'll
More
move on.
cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Oh no.
Most likely.
Not this close
there's the
to school,
table.
Amit.
I think you should do the honors. Go on, try it out.
Use the astronomy table.
Depulso!
Aha.
The constellation should appear near the center of your view. As soon as you've lined up the telescope, we will be able to fill out our star chart.
That's pretty sweet.
I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Okay. What is gobbledygook?
Never do get tired of seeing the astronomy tower at night. What a view.
All right, switching that back, and then let's go to our quest list. Professor Garlic assignment. That's locked. Wingdarium Leviosa. Okay, we'll have to learn that before we can go way out that direction. Got a lot of side quests on the board. Let's try to see. That's another Sebastian. Oh, we have a divination class we need to go to. We also have to meet Natty, which I didn't see. I think this is Natty's mother that teaches the divination. We can at least head there next. Yeah, I don't see. It's on the list. Meet her after dark. But I don't know where that is because it's not showing up. You can see if it's on the map. And there's, wow, you can go all the way out here. That's pretty crazy. Now, I'm not really sure where you're supposed to meet her at because it's not really showing anywhere. And it said it was at night. So I think for now, let's go to the Hogwarts map. We have to get over the library annex. Track that and use the flu powder.
But surely those would curdle.
Then we'll have to switch the time of day, since we have to attend class during the day.
What's wrong with your sister? Afraid of a staircase?
There's old Jeeves again.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio.
Oh, there's one of...
Mine now, Demi guys.
Okay, now that those are collected, let's switch the time of day.
So knowledgeable.
I hope those assignments...
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious. based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
I honestly don't know, Professor.
At times, the future is murky to us all. As with rippling water, one must wait for things to settle before the reflection becomes clear. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Okay, Descendo deals a direct damage, but objects and enemies that are slammed to the ground will suffer considerable impact damage. Airborne enemies will take even greater damage upon hitting the ground.
Descendo!
I think you have it. At some point, you must put your many own skills to the test outside of the classroom.
Descendo!
All right, Descendo is ready.
Whoa. Whoa.
See what we have next. I think we'll go speak to Sebastian and Omnis. Find out if they're arguing. All right, we'll head there next. Should get us a little closer.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Special knack! It's tormenting Professor Black.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Ominous is right. Meddling in the dark arts is dangerous.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus Curse?
What does the Cruciatus Curse do?
It's known as the Torture Curse. Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Okay, not much of a fight was what I was thinking they would be in an actual argument. So you also have a friend indeed, which is Sirona. She's the one that owns the 3 broomsticks. There's the Demigeist moons. Adeline Oaks, or Adelaide. Can check that one out next. Guessing that's probably... Yeah, that's in Hogwarts as well. Pretty cool to see the seasons at Hogwarts, that it's fall and the Halloween theme is going on.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close?
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Okay, there's another adventure there to track down her uncle. That appears to already be on the map. Oh yeah, he's in the he's in the Forbidden Forest. Oh, that's the camp where we beat the troll. So it's not far. It's not far from there. But don't think I'm going to jump into that yet. There was the other. Yeah, so Rona had. She needed to meet up with us. I think we can head that way and go to Hogsmeade. So we'll head there now.
It's all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river.
Glad you came.
I wonder where they go.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Okay, we're off to Hogsfeld. Go pick up some letters. It's actually quite a ways away. We're gonna have to take a broom ride for this one. All right, let's get to a location where we can actually ride our broom.
If it thinks it's got half a chance.
Whoops, excuse me. I think I just got stuck.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Okay.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Oh, it's closer than I thought it was.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Sure, I can't get
prove
this.
dangerous
Nope.
if I'm not careful.
Gotta clear those slots out.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Excuse me. Did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph. Only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
Why would Bardolph want to get involved with the Ashwinders?
Oh, he had a terrible run-in with Ranrock's loyalists. Changed him. He vowed never to feel powerless again. I think he sought the Ashwinders out to learn their secrets. Victor Rookwood, at least, seems somehow immune to Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think Bardolph may have simply run off?
No. Bardolph's run that shop with Claire his entire life. He'd not give it up for anything. He swore he'd be back in a fortnight. My instincts are that he's been held captive, or worse.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, a few things to do. So I have to see what all we have on the list now. So that's the Bardoff near the forest. So I think we'll finish up getting the letters for Sirona. And we can also do the other one. See which... Oh yeah, because I think that's in a cavern, it said... which was in this direction.
Wonder who lives here.
In future, perhaps best not to get too carried away when a fairly... Haven't a clue why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough beast flesh for everyone.
Who was saying that?
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision
down
I've
there.
made yet. I'm always given the dull tasks.
So this place, she said it was a cavern. Not exactly sure where it is. Ah, probably right there.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
What in the world is that?
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you. I prefer the latter.
So you have the Hork Lump Hollow.
Ah! I heard something.
Better luck next time.
Hold still, you little Kneasel! Running home!
Expulso. Reducto. Expulso. Protego. Reducto. Nice try. You little coward.
I think there's 3 of them down there. I think they're trying to figure out where I am exactly.
I know your face now! You shan't evade me again!
Huh.
You may have eluded me now, but you'll pay the price for it next time.
All right, I'm going to pause here, and then we'll jump into the cavern on the next one. Because I'm sure this isn't going to be a simple walk in the cavern, get some letters, and come back out and go see Serona to return them. So we will jump back in there. Thanks for clicking on the video. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you get notified as the new videos are posted. And if it's valid, please click the like button. I would truly appreciate it. Thanks so much. Hope to see you back on the next video. Later.